Principles of customer conversations. Early customer conversations aren't about presenting the customer with your solution and seeing what they think about it. One of the most famous books about customer conversation is The Mom Test by Rob Fitzpatrick. If you're serious about becoming a founder, we recommend checking out the full book, but here we provide a short summary of the key concepts. 1. Bad data is worse than no data. If you do not do any customer conversations and get no data, you are unlikely to get very far on your entrepreneurial journey. However, if you ask bad questions and get bad data, you are in danger of convincing yourself that your idea is great. Then, you end up spending months building something only to later find out that no one wants it. 2. Refrain from pitching. This isn't about the customer understanding your solution, it's about you understanding the customer's problem. If you find yourself slipping into pitching mode, you can apologize for that to whoever you are talking to, and then go back to trying to understand their experiences. 3. Have your best questions prepared. In the book, Rob suggests that in every conversation, there should be at least one question that you are terrified to ask. To figure out what the most important questions are, consider your assumptions. What absolutely has to be true for the business to work? Or, presented in another way, if a particular assumption turns out to be false, does that break the business? For example, for Airbnb, a key assumption was that homeowners would be willing to rent out their home to a stranger, and that people would be willing to stay in a stranger's house whilst travelling. If either of those statements were false, then their marketplace would not work. 4. Ask about specifics in the past, not the future. The future is uncertain, and therefore not great to base a business on. A person might not be able to tell you for certain that 3 months from now they will have cereal for breakfast, but they are much more likely to recall whether they have eaten cereal for breakfast in the past week. Humans are creatures of habit, so as a rule of thumb, past behaviour is the best indicator for future behaviour. Good questions include ones like, what are you doing to solve the problem now? Talk me through your workflow. What did you encounter the last time? What did you do the last time you encountered X? Towards the end of the conversation, you could also ask, who else should I talk to? Is there anything I should have asked? The first type of questions allows you to expand your customer base, and the second allows you to improve your future interviews. 5. Aim to get commitment and/or advancement. Often, you might feel like your meeting has gone well if it ended with a compliment, but it's not advisable to view the meeting as that unless you get commitment or advancement. A customer is committing to you if they are giving up something they value, such as time, reputation, or money. If they work with you to immediately schedule the next meeting, put their reputation on the line by introducing you to their boss, or sign a letter of intent promising to buy your product, then they are committing. Advancement refers to the movement of a potential customer through a funnel of steps that ends in a potential sale. In general, if you do not know what the next steps are after a meeting, then that meeting did not go well. 6. Know when to refine your target group. If you are talking with a lot of potential customers, but the answers are just too varied, most likely your overall target market is too broad. For example, if you are developing a business that wants to target SMEs, it might be better to start with a subgroup of SMEs that are feeling the problem you are trying to solve most acutely. These are just the basics, and we do highly encourage all serious entrepreneurs to check out the full book for more useful insights and inspiration for questions. In the next 2 videos, we will give you some more tips for business to consumer and business to business startups.